Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and to another video. In this one, I'm going to basically go through all of the tech equipment that I use to record the art videos that you see here on my YouTube channel, because I know a lot of you guys have got your own art channels or are thinking about starting your own art channel and creating videos, and you're just not sure where to get started with it all. It can be very overwhelming. I know when I got started 5 years ago, I didn't know what cameras to get or microphones for audio or editing. It was very confusing and I had to do a lot of research. So I really hope this video helps you guys out. I do want to start off by saying that you do not need all of the equipment that I have got to get started. I definitely didn't have all of this when I started out. I've just built it up over time. But without further ado, let's get into it. Also, if you are interested in any of the tech equipment that I go through in this video, then you'll find a link to all of this equipment in the description below. So firstly, you can see here an overview of my whole drawing desk and setup. So this is where I film the art videos and tutorials. So let's start off with the camera. And the main camera that I have is my overhead one. So this is the main angle that you see. I have got a side angle, which is over here, but that's just sort of like the B side, the second sort of camera, but this is the main one. And I've actually just upgraded to a new one. I haven't tried this out yet. So this isn't the one that I usually use, that's over there, and I'll go through that in a second. But this is the Sony Alpha 6400, and this is a 4K camera, so I'm really excited to try this out and shoot in 4K. I can't wait to give that a go. So this is simply the overhead camera, and it just points straight down onto your artwork. The way that this is attached is through the wall. So I've got this bar that my dad put up for me. So this is just like a steel metal bar, and then it's got this clamp which is attached to this long arm, and then simply the camera goes on there. Like I said, all of this will be in the description so that you can check out the exact ones. And so that's how I get my overhead shot, but I'm really thinking about changing it because I just got this boom arm, as you can see, and this is really good. This is going to be for my new side angle shot, and this ball clamp here, this ball mount, allows you to really get whatever angle you want. You can just switch it up. So the camera that I'll be using for this is actually the one that I'm holding right now, and that is the Canon PowerShot G7X Mark II. You might have heard of this camera because it's a very popular vlogging camera, but it's also been one that I've used for multiple years for my side angle, and I've found it really good. And I also use it for any close-up sort of pan shots that you see of the artwork, or just a lot of B-roll in general. And this boom arm is really good. It is the Rode PSA1, and it's really good because you can just move it and it just stays there. Once you've got a microphone or a camera on, a bit of weight, you can just move it. There's nothing that you have to undo and screw. It just moves in position and stays there, and you can twist it and you can pull it out if you want, so that bit moves down. So you can really get in close to the artwork. If I wanted to, I could go really close and just get a really good side angle, a really good close-up. This is a bit more expensive, but it's one of the best ones. And for the quality, I think it's worth it, especially if you just want to do an overhead angle. You can just set that up with this little ball mount, and you've got a great overhead camera that just simply attaches to your desk. You don't need to screw anything into the wall or get any sort of scaffolding or anything. Whilst we're on the topic of cameras, this is the camera that I actually use for the overhead of my art videos, the overhead shot. This is the Canon 200D. This is a really good DSLR camera, and I've used this again since I think like 2017, and it's been really good at recording the overhead footage for my videos. This is the memory card that I use in my cameras. I normally use the SanDisk 128GB memory cards because 128GB lasts me a very long time. especially if I'm recording a drawing that takes like 3 hours. I don't want to have to transfer the footage halfway through, so I like to use memory cards that have the size capability of being able to record at least like 5 hours without having to need to be transferred. Now that we've gone through the cameras, let's go through the audio. Now, if I am ever doing like a real-time tutorial or an art video where I want to talk whilst I'm doing the artwork, then I will use this set, and this is the Sennheiser ME2 lavalier set, something like that. And this clips onto you, so I'll have that on my top, and this is a lav mic, so that will go on top of the camera, and it's a really great way of getting really clear, crisp audio. But if you aren't planning on doing a lot of audio recording whilst you're doing the artwork, if you instead want to do a lot of voiceover work, then you'll need this bit of tech instead. This is the Blue Yeti microphone, and this is what I use to do all of my voiceover work. So when I do voiceovers for my YouTube videos, or if I ever voice over a real-time tutorial, this is what I use, and this is a really good quality microphone. But if you don't have much money to order a microphone like this, then if you go on your phone, you'll probably be able to find a setting where you can record audio or an app that lets you do that. Moving on to lighting. Lighting is probably one of the most important things to get right for your videos, because you can get away with having a really bad camera or just a cheap camera, and it will look a lot better if you have good lighting. And what I recommend is using lighting that has daylight. So daylight lamps or daylight lights like this, anything like that. You want to make sure that you have the right color temperature, that you're not using really warm yellowish lights or really blue lights, because that will mess up the colors of your artwork. And if I just turn it on, you can see it produces a lot of light that illuminates the desk and creates this really even lighting. This light source is going to change as the day progresses. So what I do is I just shut my blinds so that the only light source that is hitting the artwork is the lights that I have turned on, and that way I can really control and get even lighting for my videos, and you won't get any flickering at all. Now this is how the setup looks when I record any face cam footage that you see in my videos. So I created this nice background that me and my husband both used for our videos. I got all of this literally from IKEA, all of the plants and the sofa and the light and everything, just to create a bit more of an aesthetic background. And what I light myself with is this ring light. And the ring light has this tripod where you can attach the camera to it. So I've just got my DSLR on there, and this ring light is super bright. I definitely don't have it on full whack, full blast. I only have it on a little bit, otherwise it's really bright, but it just nicely lights the whole setup. And I normally have these lights on as well, just to make the lighting in the room a bit brighter, because again, I do close my blinds no matter what type of recording that I'm doing. As you can see, when the lights are on full power, it is very, very bright, so I just have them sort of on halfway. Anyway guys, that is the full run through of all of the tech equipment that I use here on this channel to record my videos. I hope you found this video useful. Please remember, if you are a beginner getting started, you don't need to spend a lot on equipment to get started. The most important thing that you need to do is to actually just start. That is super important. You can always upgrade your equipment later on. Remember, you can check out the exact names and get links for all of the pieces of equipment that I've gone through in this video in the description below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everybody.